powered by Riverside.
Welcome to TheSadFan, where we talk about the good, the bad, and everything that made you sad from the previous week. And I don't know if this should make anyone sad, maybe some people that are envious, but Shohei Ohtani got paid.
Oh, you just stopped talking.
No, yeah, Shohei Ohtani got paid. I was waiting for you to... we have to talk to each other, Wes. That's how the show works.
I thought you weren't done talking. Usually you talk for like a minute and then you cut to me.
Well, I was expecting some reaction. It was $700 million, Wes. You can't just sit there with a flat face. Yeah, but you're aware of the contract. I was expecting a reaction. But yeah, you're right. It is the first ever over $500 million contract
in
the United States. It's the richest contract in the United States ever.
It's fishy because he's getting paid like $2 million a year. He's getting paid 2 out of the 70 million, 680 million of it's being deferred until afterwards. And like, I don't know if he's thinking that he can like just kind of take that and not get California taxes, in which case I hope California comes after him after he leaves, after he's done. But either way, I think it's ridiculous. Way too much money. I mean, the Mariners' payroll alone for last year was $120 million.
What's the old saying?
What? I don't know what saying you're talking about.
You're worth as much as somebody's willing to pay you, Wes. You're worth as much as so.
Stupid, because he can't even pitch next year. All he's going to do is be a designated hitter.
And some people are saying he'll never pitch again. Which, if that's the case,
we don't know how good he's going to be after that. So you know what? Like, I'm glad the Mariners didn't go for it because, like, we could spend that money elsewhere. I don't care how much of it's deferred. But
you sounded like a jealous ex just now, almost a little. I know what you're saying. No, I know what you're saying. But you're like, we have that much money. We have so much more money than that. We make so much more money now that he's not in our lives.
Yeah, we have all that free money now, and I mean, of course,
$700 million worth of free money.
It's the Mariners, and we're not going to spend anything. But I think this kind of just goes to show you that baseball does need a bit of a salary cap. There's just not as much parity in baseball.
Or do the other sports not need one? Like, how much money do you think Patrick Mahomes would go for in an uncapped market?
I don't want to know.
He might get that $1 billion contract. Yeah, right? Like, you might see people just spilling money over the sides of their ships to get him in. So, yeah, because here's the thing. Everybody thinks that billionaires are billionaires because they're smart. There's a lot of luck that goes into that. There's a lot of coming around the right product at the right time.
Here's the thing, though. But just because the owner of the Oakland/Las Vegas A's is a billionaire, there's a big difference between having $1 billion and $2 billion. Like, that's double. Like, I just think there needs to be some sort of cap, some sort of equalization between teams. At this point, it's just become an arms race who can spend more. And of course, sometimes you have teams like the Mets who spend $1 bajillion and they still suck. But for the most part, the teams that spend more are going to be better. Because
what about the Braves, Wes?
The Braves are really good. They still spend a lot. They don't spend a metric shit ton.
But they spend quite a bit. By the way the contracts work, they basically just screwed over all their young players. All their young players, like Acuna, would you agree he's one of the best players in all of baseball?
Yeah.
You know how much money he makes next year?
How much?
$12 million. So
that's still a lot. Yeah,
to us, relative to us, to how good he is, and compared to the other people that are in his class of baseball player, they're all making like $30-40 million next year. So the Braves somehow found a way to screw over all these young players to get them to sign 10-year contracts, and it's nowhere in the realm of what they're worth. So they've got all these young players locked up for so long. So sometimes teams just do it smarter, or we call it smarter, but I kind of think it's screwing over the young player for an opportunity to make, I mean, I guess that is a life-changing number, but I'm speaking of relative to where they're at.
So right? Atlanta's payroll last year was $203 million, and the Dodgers were $222. So it's not that big of a difference. Whereas if you go down to Oakland, they were $57 million.
but they're able to do that, Wes, because they're signing, vets at a higher salary than some of their better players. That's why. Now, let's talk about the other part of this contract that you kind of briefly grazed over. The deferment of $680 million. First of all, he makes a ton of money on endorsements. But, Shohei, you live in Los Angeles, baby. That's kind of expensive. I don't know, $2 million a year? So how much are you making on these endorsements? Can we make that public record?
There's been rumors that he makes like upwards of like $40 million off of endorsements every year.
Yeah, I'm sure, because he's got Japan and the U.S., right?
Yeah. I mean, he's the biggest superstar out of Japan since Ichiro.
Yeah, since your boy up in Seattle.
Yeah.
Right? That was the Seattle guy, Ichiro. But, he makes, roughly $40 million in endorsements. The deferment, though, of $680 million, do you know what that does for the Dodgers right now?
It's like nothing for them right now.
Yeah.
It's $2 million a year out of their salary, so they can hire a bunch of other really good talent, which is stupid. I mean, I don't understand how you can. I understand how, but I don't understand like how MLB doesn't put a stop to this.
Do you remember Cheat Code Central or for video games or the Game Genie?
Why?
They found the Game Genie and they plugged the game. The Dodgers just plugged the Game Genie in and were like, "Hey, we want all the best players, right? We got Freddie Freeman last year from the Braves. How do we get Shohei Ohtani?" And they're just going to keep doing this with all the best players because now they've found a way. They said, "Hey, you know what? You're going to be good in today's life, and if the world is able to last till 2035, if the Earth survives that long." Right? Maybe your family can be set forever and you're going to be a rich old guy.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to, after 10 years, if he even plays through 10 years, he's just going to be collecting a fat paycheck for the rest of his life.
Yeah. And now that we've talked about that, let's talk about some of the more boring. Oh, by the way, do you know how old Shohei is? Because this one caught me off guard when I was reading all the news.
No.
He's 29.
So this goes until he's 39, and then he'll be getting paid until he's 49.
Yeah, that's wild, right?
This is essentially a 20-year contract.
But that's wild. I didn't realize how old he was. I was like, that's a lot of money for somebody that's, going to probably be really good for the next 4 to 5 years and then be really bad based on how baseball players go, right?
Yeah.
So there's only one way to fix that, Wes. Bring back
salary
steroids. Oh, we were on two different levels. All right, so let's go from something really exciting and really new to us to something that was so boring and so terrible. The Raiders versus the Vikings. And I'm only mentioning this game because for the first time in over half a decade, a game went scoreless through 2 quarters. 2 full quarters of action.
You mean through 3.5 quarters?
Yes, but it was
they didn't score until 3 minutes left, I think it was. 3 or 4 minutes left.
Yes,
it was terrible.
The Vikings are on their 4th quarterback. The Raiders are just not awful.
I really wanted that game to go to overtime scoreless.
Through the 4th, like a European football game, just 0-0 to it, and then it's a shootout. Then the field goal kickers, we put them at the 20. You got to make it. We put them at the 30. You got to make, and they just go until the field goal kickers miss. Just an old-fashioned shootout.
It was terrible. Awful. I'm so glad I didn't watch it.
No,
there's better games on.
Like I told you and your lovely girlfriend Michelle. So I put the Raiders game on my little TV, and I have the Red Zone on the big TV. Can you guess how many times the Red Zone showed the Raiders game?
Well, there was a couple times. There was the fumble when they were in the Red Zone.
Yeah, it was 3 times. They showed it 3 times, and one of the times they showed the Raiders game was Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs was in the field with an injury. So it was bad.
If there's one thing to take out of that, it's that AJ Cole is freaking amazing.
Yeah, he's a great punter. There's a reason he got extended.
He had an 83-yard punt, and it would have been longer if it wasn't taken for a touchback.
Yeah.
It would have been like a 95-yard punt. It was insane.
He's an amazing punter. Somehow the Raiders always find a great punter, right? They had Shane Leckler, Marquette King, and now Cole. So they find them everywhere. They're not great at drafting quarterbacks, but you better watch out for our punters that we draft.
But I'd rather watch the Seahawks get the crap kicked out of them than watch that game.
By the 49ers, who are, again, the best team in the NFL after what Dallas did to... And I told you, I've told everybody, nobody wants to listen because of Brock Purdy, and we're going to get to what Cam Newton's thoughts are on Brock Purdy in a minute. But the 49ers are so ultra-talented all over the field.
I mean, they already clinched a playoff spot, so...
You don't want to think about it because they're in your division, but I think they're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm so tired of the 49ers. I don't know. Once you get to the playoffs, though, all bets are off.
I mean, if Brock Purdy gets hurt again, which is what happened against the Eagles last year, anything can happen.
Just an off game. One off game, and you're out.
I don't know. That coach is so good, man. That coach is so good. Shanahan's so good. I think he's going to be well prepared, and he's looking like he's going to get the bye week now that the Eagles just shit the bed against the Cowboys.
If the Giants can beat the 18-0 Patriots, anything can happen.
Okay, Kevin Garnett. Anything is possible. That's your hope, and that's fair. And what's funny is we always thought as long as Patrick Mahomes was with the Chiefs were a lock, right? Just a lock to make the playoffs. And they are because the division is terrible. The AFC West is awful. We just got terrible news that one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL is out for the rest of the season. I hate giving that to you, but it's the truth. Justin Herbert. So that means bye-bye, Brandon Staley. You will be fired.
Yeah, Brandon Staley is done after this year.
He's so mad.
It's terrible. The ending of that game with the Chiefs and the Bills, that was a really good game. But man, that was such a great play with Travis Kelce and the little pitchback. God. Like, I get it. He was really offsides.
He was far offsides. I was waiting for you to say it. He was really far offsides.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like he wasn't even involved in the play. So it's like, why?
He scored the touchdown, Wes. Wes, he scored the touchdown. What are you talking about? Yes.
I thought it was a different receiver. Never mind.
No, it was Kadarius Toney. He scored the touchdown.
Well, he didn't get the catch though.
That's true. That was Travis Kelce. But
he was going to be open no matter what.
Hold on. But you saying he didn't get the catch is hilarious because how did he get into the end zone, Wes?
Because he received a pitch from Kelce because everyone went after Kelce.
Travis Kelce turned around and threw a pass all the way across the field through 3 defenders to him.
Everyone was colliding on Kelce.
You deliberately called it a pitch so you wouldn't have to say he had the catch that scored the touchdown. It was not he turned and he threw the ball like a quarterback, which he played at the University of Cincinnati, all the way across the field. It was not just a pitch. He didn't just pitch it to Kadarius Toney. It was a crazy throw.
Yeah, but 2 feet isn't going to make a difference on that play. Yes, he was. Yes, it was the right call. But come on. That was the perfect ending to that game.
My favorite meme so far of this game was somebody put Patrick Mahomes side by side with Dodgeball Ben Stiller when Ben Stiller loses the throw off against LaFleur in Dodgeball. And he goes, "What are you talking about? My hair was in my face. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. I'm going to sue you." And they have the side by side of Patrick Mahomes going at the referee. And it's hilarious with all Patrick Mahomes' teammates holding him back and then all of the Globo Gym thugs holding back Ben Stiller. It's so funny.
I mean, if we want to talk about blow-ups, did you see DK Metcalf's blow-up?
No, I didn't. But that's pretty
he was such a hothead that game. Yeah, so after the ball was picked off, the ball was towards DK and it got picked off. And then he goes over to the bench and he slams his helmet on the little PVC pipe that holds the helmet.
Yeah.
And he shattered that. And then he was just pissed off the rest of the game. He got in a fight with, I can't remember, one of the cornerbacks who was covering him. And he got in a fight with him. He grabbed his helmet and tried to swing him around a little bit. And it was just such a hothead, dude. I'm like, come on.
He's your Draymond Green. He's your team's Draymond Green. We're going to get Draymond later. Let's not touch on that yet. But he is. He's your team's enforcer. He's a big guy. DK Metcalf is a big guy. He's actually really funny and level-headed in interviews, but something happens when he puts on that helmet. He becomes a different person. But
becomes a warrior.
How did you feel about how Patrick Mahomes went up to Josh Allen after the game?
Oh, I didn't see that, but I heard about it. I heard he just kind of ignored him.
Yeah, well, and he's saying it's BS and that should have never happened, things like that. And
he apologized afterwards, though.
What is Josh Allen supposed to say in that moment? Like, yeah, you're right, but his team won. Like, what is he supposed to say to you?
Patrick Mahomes apologized afterwards because he's like, that was unfair because he wasn't even involved in that play.
Yeah, it makes me laugh because I'm sitting here like, what do you expect, Pat? You think he's gonna agree with you after his team just won that game? And Josh Allen played relatively well. Yeah,
Bills needed that win.
100%. I picked them to win that game. I bet on them to win that game because I was like, no, they cannot go out like this. And I was like, this is where the Chiefs lose because they don't need it, and the Bills need it more than they have in a long time. I think they're going to. It's still hard for them to get to playoffs, but I think they're going to come out and they're going to play really hard. And they did. They went up by 14-0 right away. Yeah. The problem is they didn't keep it going, which is what I cannot stand about McDermott. That and making references to 9/11 to fire his team up. I don't know. Did you hear that story, Wes?
No.
Oh, McDermott.
I'm already mad.
McDermott in 2019 talked about what it took for the terrorists to come together for 9/11 to happen to his team in an inspirational speech. And I'm just like, this guy sucks. This guy is the worst person in the world. And what kind of warm-up speech is that? There are so many other places that you can go, and you go with that. And
stupid.
Now he gave me one more reason to hate him because I hate that he gets constipated with the lead when he has one of the most exciting offenses in the NFL. And he fired Ken Dorsey, who was not the problem. We all know that. Ken Dorsey's offense was one of the highest rated offenses in ESPN's ratings. And they fired him because he needs a scapegoat because he's not a good coach. He doesn't have it figured out.
I don't know. I don't really agree with your take on McDermott. I think he's a good coach, but
You do that all the time. You worship coaches. It's whatever. I'm used to it now. I can't argue with you anymore about coaches. It is what it is. You like them. It's fine.
You know like hey, Josh McDaniels, he was a golden goose, man. You guys got rid of him too early.
Yeah, was he? That's the one coach I've ever seen you insult is Josh McDaniels. Every other coach, he's good, but I kind of like what he does.
They're there for a reason. They're top of the game, okay?
You enjoy authority. It's fine. Like, I'm going to let you have it. Like, authority is your thing. Structure, okay. Man. Like, it's just weird. You're always on the coach's side. No, he's best coach ever. Who is it? I don't know.
Well, I think we can all agree Brandon Staley sucks donkey balls.
Yeah, Brandon Staley's really bad. I was going to say Charlie Weiss when I said he's a really good coach. Really like Charlie Weiss. Really likes what he's done with Kansas and Notre Dame. But Brandon Staley's awful. Brandon Staley's out. Sean Payton seems to have revived the Broncos. Somehow.
Yeah, I didn't see this. Broncos have a better record than the Seahawks right now. They started so bad.
Yeah.
And everyone was crapping on Sean Payton. And
we lost by 70 points.
He's laughing now. Yeah. It was really bad. But
it was really bad.
He's got Russell Wilson playing good again. And the rest of the team is clicking. So I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Man, I hope not. I hate that team.
I know you do.
But Sean Payton, everybody's like, oh, do you hate the Chiefs? No, I hate the Broncos. I hate the Broncos. The Broncos, I don't hate a lot of things in life. Broncos, Patriots, and Cowboys. Like, those three teams just drive me insane. And it's not the teams. The fans just suck. The fans are the worst. And it's so irritating. And Raiders fans are no better.
That's so different.
What's that?
I said because Raiders fans are so different.
Oh no! Like I was just about to say, and Raiders fans aren't much better. Like, I get into arguments with my fellow fans all the time just because they're irrational. Like, legit, Aiden O'Connell is the answer was trending for a while in Raider Nation. I'm just like, no, he's not. No, he's not. Stop. Like, stop anointing people. Same with, like, I like Antonio Pierce, and I'm going to be taken out of context here. I like Antonio Pierce, but I also know, hey, he's probably not the answer. He's probably not going to be the head coach, right? Like, I think he should get a shot for Graham's job. because I don't like Patrick Graham. I think he's a terrible defensive coordinator, and I think he's been made better by Antonio Pierce. I think Antonio Pierce deserves a shot at D coordinator and to learn the head coaching job as he's a defensive coordinator. Okay, I do think that. However, that 3-0 game, like they all went silent. Raider Nation went silent, and what sucks right now is, they're in the 8th overall pick, and there's not going to be a quarterback available. And this is a quarterback-rich draft, like a quarterback-rich draft. And there's just not going to be. Oh, I think on the most recent mock draft I saw them taking JJ McCarthy, and I was like, please God, don't do that.
Yeah,
I was like,
we'll see. There are a lot of quarterbacks this year, though.
No shade on JJ McCarthy. I just don't like his game. That's all. Like, it's fine. He's good. I hope Michigan throttles Alabama, but from what I've seen of him at Michigan, I just don't like his game. That's all.
What's weird? Jim Harbaugh was a quarterback. So you'd think he'd be good at developing quarterbacks, but Michigan hasn't had like a really good quarterback come out under him. Like they've all been good. Like, but nobody that's like a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, it's since Andrew Luck, really, right? Since Andrew Luck. Maybe Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. I guess you could throw Colin Kaepernick in there because he did develop Colin Kaepernick for a couple years there. Colin Kaepernick was really good for San Francisco.
That's true.
He made Alex Smith better too, but Alex Smith wasn't his guy. Alex Smith has already been in the NFL for a while. Yeah. I wish you and I were on the air every day so we could have talked about what Alex Smith did about the Patriots, when he eviscerated Tom Brady and the Patriots, about how he played in the worst division every year of his career.
It's funny because the Patriots, or not the Patriots, the Dolphins are really freaking good right now. The Bills are really freaking good. Like, where was
Jets have one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Yeah, where was Tua and Allen when freaking Tom Brady was playing with the Patriots?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite takes. Is when Alex Smith did that, I was like, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
And then you had the Jets. The Jets were good for a little bit, but then you had what's his face with the butt fumble?
Sanchez.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez. Yeah.
Mark Sanchez. Yeah, and Rex Ryan.
Who likes feet?
Speaking of not entirely wrong, Cam Newton came out and went off on Dak Prescott, Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, and Brock Purdy, and saying they're all game managers. And here's the thing. Wait, hold on. Outside of maybe Brock sometimes and Dak, I kind of agree with him. Except for I've been saying
is a game manager?
Kind of. I think without McDaniels, he's not as good. I think we saw what he is without Tyreek Hill. He wasn't great without Tyreek Hill. But here's the funny thing. I have a really good friend who used to call me all the time. He used to call me on my cell phone. But he used to call me all the time and ask me about the Cowboys. And he'd get really mad at me because I'd say, bro, like, Dak Prescott is Kirk Cousins. And he's like, no, he's not. No, he's not. I was like, no, like, Dak Prescott is Kirk Cousins. They're the same person. They're the same quarterback, except for Dak Prescott's a little bit more mobile, and he'd hate it. And I want your opinion on this, but hold on. I didn't think I'd get this old to where LeBron James and Cam Newton are now those corny old guys yelling at the clouds about different things, and it's what they've become. Cam Newton was a cool quarterback in the NFL. LeBron James was a cool 19-year-old coming to the NBA.
I mean, LeBron James is a lot older than Cam Newton.
Is he a lot older? I think he's like a couple years older.
Cam Newton's 34, and LeBron's like 39, 40. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. I think Cam Newton's just trying to get his name in the media because his career is done now.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, he's done. He flamed out at a relatively early age for quarterbacks.
Well,
I mean, he was electric. No. Don't get me wrong. He was electric.
Not an early age for quarterbacks.
Who's 39, who's still playing like he's 30.
Okay, one game. Stop it. Flacco had like 5-6 years where he looked god awful. And we'd watch him like, what is happening with that?
Flacco is elite.
When he was on the Jets and towards the end of his Ravens career, he was called Cement Shoes Flacco because he couldn't move. Okay, stop it. Most quarterbacks are done. Most quarterbacks are done between 32 and 36 years old.
Not lately.
Yeah,
I feel like that number has been going up lately.
Yeah, because you're having recency bias with Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady, and now Aaron Rodgers. That's not normal. Like
Phillip
normal is
Rivers.
Ben Roethlisberger and Phillip Rivers. Look at when they retired, 35. So
Pretty sure Phillip Rivers was older than that. Because that dude had like 20 kids before he retired. So that's
Look
like
at
20 years at least.
what year did he play for the Colts? That's how old he was when he retired. Don't look at his actual retirement age.
He played for the Colts in 2020 and he's 42. So that would have been 39.
So 39. So yeah, so 39, I guess, for an elite quarterback. For a pretty decent quarterback.
Well, I feel like it's getting up because advancements in technology and like
Ricky
how
Bobby's
you take
about to
care of
come
your
out.
body.
Ricky
How you take care of
Bobby.
your body has improved drastically.
You know, I feel like with the advances in modern medical science and my high level of
Yeah.
income, it's not outlandish for me to live to be, 200-300 years old.
Exactly. Like it's not crazy anymore to see like a quarterback still playing at a good level, like until they're 40.
So I disagree. I think
Cam Newton was electric.
Okay.
But Cam Newton sucked for the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's bad. He was bad.
He was terrible.
Yeah.
He was really good for like 6 years, and then he just kind of fizzled out.
He had a good career in the NFL. That's what I would say. He had a good career in the NFL. He made it to a Super Bowl. He won an MVP. He may be a Hall of Famer here in 7
I think
years.
he's just trying to get his name out there again. I don't care what he says.
So, you're not going to listen. Some quick hits before we leave. Congratulations to Caitlin Clark on her Gatorade NIL deal. No one in college sports deserves a deal like that more than Caitlin Clark, as she fills up stadiums wherever she goes with the Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball team.
Real quick, though, I just want to talk about Monday Night Football. I feel like that was a good success. They decided to have 2 Monday Night Football games simultaneous instead of staggering them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was awesome. I mean, those were 2 really good Monday Night Football games. You had the Titans and Will Levis coming back from 14 points down.
Coffee.
Like the biggest comeback in like the last 3 minutes since 2016, I think, like 760 games or something like that.
Yeah, and it was in like 3 minutes.
God, that was fun. And then the Giants, you had Tommy DeVito and his agent. Yeah. Tommy DeVito coming back.
Tommy DeVito's agent.
Thought? I don't even know where Tommy DeVito's from. I don't even know where Will Levis is from.
Syracuse. Tommy DeVito's Syracuse. And Will Levis. Dude, we talked about Will Levis. God, now you got me doing it. Will Levis. A lot of times last year on the show, he's the quarterback from Kentucky that was eating the banana with the peel on it.
Oh, yeah,
he's
that
the one
weirdo.
that put mayonnaise in his coffee.
Good for him. But yeah, that was really electric. That was fun. That was fun to watch.
Right. Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been if it wasn't for the ending of those games. Man, the NFL wins every time because the beginning of those games wasn't exciting, right? It was the end of the games that had us all like, oh my God, this is the best game ever. But it's so funny how the NFL is able to pull that off, how we just forget how boring the first parts of the games were. And then we're like, oh my God, this game is amazing. And really, it was like the middle of the third through the fourth quarter, but we're going nuts because of what happens. Like a team's able to come back. A team has a cool quarterback and a funny agent in the Giants. And Daniel Jones is just watching it pissed off because all he's gotten is terrible treatment from the New York fans. And they're just embracing Tommy DeVito. So I
will say, though, I think the Manning cast sucks.
Okay. On that note, we want to wish a somber rest in peace to Andre Braugher from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The police chief, Captain Holt. I don't know. It's really sad because he's great in everything he does.
61.
Yeah, he didn't look it either. On Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he did not look like he was in his 50s while he was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine at all. And that was one of my favorite sitcoms. Obviously, we're fans of Peralta and Boyle, but without Holt, that show isn't what it is. So Rest in peace, Andre. You will be missed.
Also, Draymond Green is a dirtbag. He got he got ejected for punching Nurkic. Was it?
Okay. Yes. He got suspended for punching Nurkic about 30 minutes ago. He punched
get his
Nurkic.
ass out of the league. I'm tired of him.
The Warriors can't trade him because they just paid him, and no one's gonna want that contract. But yeah, he's aging poorly, and that's where we're at with Draymond Green. On the poison note. It's driving us out of our mind. We will see you next week from the Sad Fan, and you can reach us on the Sad Fan Cast on Twitter, the Sad Fan 12 on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Please like, subscribe, and review, and we will see you next week.